I am in fucking tears. I just can't believe this shit has happened. Medieval's... Ugh. Yes! Yes! Old school? Yes! That's beautiful! I love Totaku. I love Totaku. Where's my Serdan? Fuck! Still love Totaku. Want more Totaku. Give me Totaku and my Dan hand. Fuck! Pumpkin Boy Danahan, motherfuckers! Yes! 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 Lord Karnak, suck a dick! Yes! 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 Fuck yes! 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 Fuck yes! I'm gonna fucking get to play today! I'm gonna get to fucking play today! I'm gonna get to fucking play today! October 25th!
It has risen again!
What's up, Medieval fans? It is your friendly neighborhood Moscato Bot coming back to you finally with my review, my thoughts and opinions on the Medieval remake for PlayStation 4. You guys, tomorrow it'll be exactly 1 month since this game came out. So I've been super busy, you guys. Life gets in the way, unfortunately. There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes in my life, and I will touch more on that in a update video of what's going on with the channel and what's to come. There's a lot of stuff going on in the YouTube world right now. But today it's all about Medieval, and first thoughts, man, just, oh my god, holy shit. What an adventure. I believe that this is the definitive way to play Medieval. That's not to say that I do not love the original Medieval. This will always be near and dear to my heart. This was my first adventure with Sir Daniel Fortescue. I was 11 years old. You guys know the story. I know I've said it before, man, but my first PlayStation experience, my first game, a console seller for me for sure. I played it on that Pizza Hut demo with my cousin. We fell in love with the game. We rented it. I couldn't beat it in time because we had to leave, and everything else was history, man. I got my PlayStation 1, I got the game, I beat it, and I've been playing it ever since, man. It's definitely my favorite video game of all time. So if I have to give a quick review of Medieval for PlayStation 4, you guys, it is almost perfect. That's the best way I can describe it. There are small things that I just prefer in the original better, and I kind of don't know why was that changed. But again, remember guys, these are just my opinions. Your opinions may be different, and this is why we talk about this here, because we have different opinions, and that's what I love about this YouTube channel, is we can converse about our passions, whether it be Medieval, or toys, or other video games, or whatever. But just know, I want to stress this again, my opinions are different from yours, and this is what I love and or dislike about the game. And believe me, you guys, they are minor, they are tiny, they are minuscule. This is a beautiful game, and from now on, every year when I play Medieval, I will still play my buddy, the original here, but I'm definitely going to be playing this alongside with it every year. And the best part is, you guys, it's all on one disc. After you do all the extra stuff and get 100% the game, you get this. Spoiler alert, I guess. It's been out for a month. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. It's awesome. Now I don't have to, you know, put up my PS3 every year. Now I can just play it all here. It's fantastic. Really cool thing. So I'm a glass half full kind of guy, so let's go over the pros first. The first thing I noticed about this game was the world map. And oh my god, you guys, the remake really brings it to life. I'm talking about when you're on the world map HUD, you can see the windmills of Scarecrow Fields actually moving. You can see the asylum pieces actually moving. Cemetery Hill, my favorite level of all time, you can see the boulders actually rolling down Cemetery Hill. This is incredible. Again, it's nothing mind-blowing. It's nothing that, oh my god, this is next gen. But it's enough to be appreciated. I always love the slightest little details in video games And that's what really gets me gushing and like, oh my god, developers really took the time to make this just that more alive. It catches your attention, it's a nice little detail, fans are gonna love it, and they're gonna notice that, wow, they really are making this the definitive edition of Medieval. I love that. The graphics, oh my god, the graphics, everything is just so beautiful. And we know that this is probably not The Last of Us 2 or God of War set graphics, but goddamn, these graphics are beautiful. It captured that beautiful cartoony look of the original Medieval. It is up to current gen standards, and it is beautiful. Just look at the environment. Seeing Cemetery Hill in the distance just looks so beautiful. The first time I saw this in the short-lived demo, I couldn't believe it. You can actually see Cemetery Hill in the far-off distance. I know in the lake level, you guys, I don't have it captured here, but in the lake level, you can actually see Xerox Castle in the distance. These fine little details, just the fog, the environments of the graveyard, everything looks spectacular. Dan's animations while standing still is amazing. It's so lifelike. His head turns, he actually shows expressions and emotions, and you can pick that up, and the guy's doing this with no skin, no jaw, and only one eye. Seriously, you can see all of Dan's little emotions as he's looking from side to side or jumping up and down like he's ready to kick some ass, or like, come on, I can do this, let's go. You actually can feel this. At least I can. I'm speaking for myself here, but that's how I felt. One of my favorite things, you guys, you would not believe, is the Merchant Gargoyle. The animation that he does when you are buying ammo or rebuilding up your spear or your enchanted sword, oh my god, it just blew me away the first time I saw this. It's so incredible. It really adds so much more life to the game and the characters. I love it. Other Ocean, just thank you. You knew what you were doing when you wanted to really go over the graphics and the animations and stuff, and everything's great. I do like the look for the gargoyles, you guys. Story and the voice actors are all the same. And thank God, you guys. Not that I don't like Resurrection, you guys. I respect what it was trying to do, and I will give them props because some of the level designs in there, like Return to the Graveyard, was really cool because there's like spiral hills you can go up, and it's pretty awesome. But anyways, I'm glad that Other Ocean and Sony, they chose to go with, let's remake the original PlayStation 1 game. Let's go off of that. And we were all scared with that first trailer when they showed off the game that they were going to remake Medieval. They had footage from Medieval Resurrection and dialogue, and everyone was kind of like, I hope it's not Resurrection. We really want the old school Sir Dan to come back, and we got the old school Sir Dan. Thank God. What's really cool, though, again, you guys, the voice actors are all the same, except for the narrator. The narrator's different, and I have to say, I really do love this narrator. It actually got me to read every single book, obviously, because she goes over everything for you. The audio plays as you read the book. But nice touch. I love the new narrator. The character is hilarious, adds charm to Medieval, but doesn't overdo it with too much comedy. It fits, it's perfect. I really do like this new voice actor for the narrator.
Our bone-headed protagonist, born again into this age of wonders. In life, he was just the worst. A coward, a cheat, a philatelist, or was it a philanderer? I don't recall. But either way, he seems to have woken up different.
But speaking of voice actors, you guys, Jason Wilson, aka Jay Gunn, he goes by Jay Gunn now, that's his comic book and writer persona, but Jason Wilson came back and he did the voice for Sir Daniel Fortescue. You cannot have this game done right if you don't have the original voice actor for Sir Dan, and hey, nothing against the guy from Medieval 2, but no. No. I don't want, I'll never join you. I did not like the Medieval 2 voice of Sir Dan. That's just my opinion, but in my opinion, it was pretty bad. But we got Jay Wilson coming back, doing Sir Dan, bucket and all, you guys. He actually had the bucket on his head when he went to the Sony Studios up in Cambridge, I believe? Cambridge? But isn't Cambridge Studios shut down? I don't know, I gotta ask him. Anyways, he went and re-recorded at Sony Studio, and he had the bucket on his head, and it just sounds so incredible. I cannot tell you guys, I literally freaked out the first time I powered up my sword and then the spin attack, I was geeking out, and I probably did it for a good, like, 10 minutes. Just spinning my sword, because just Dan's battle cries is, oh. It's just beautiful. It's all beautiful. You guys are going to get sick of hearing me say beautiful and amazing, because that's how I feel in my heart about this game. Beautiful and amazing. But man, just the voice acting is all there. Paul Darrow's voice is back as Xerox. Why in the opening cutscene, when Xerox says, fire! It's some rando dude just going, fire! Maybe they lost the recordings or something, but that was just really weird. That was not Paul Darrow at the beginning cutscene. But everything else is, which is amazing. And, you know, hat off to you, Paul Darrow. Thank you for voicing such an awesome villain, you know, and rest in peace and all that. And, you know, I hope your family and all is doing well, man. But thank you, thank you, thank you. I love this game so much, you guys. I guess the main reason that I gotta say that I love this so much is, it is so much like the original. From my understanding, if you're going to do a full-on remake of an original game, you want it to play and look, obviously, like the original game, but tweak it a bit here and there, maybe better the controls, add something new with the camera, like the Dan Cam, which is amazing, I have to say. I really love the Dan Cam. But, I mean, that's what I was expecting. If you're going to remake a game like the original, you're going to remake it like the original. So, I'm going to get into kind of what's going on here with some of these reviews of the Medieval remake. It's like the original, right? They changed some stuff. Us fans know what they changed and all. But newcomers and stuff, they're complaining, saying that this is outdated. It's an outdated remake. It feels, it doesn't feel modern at all. That wasn't the point. It was gonna redo the graphics, tweak the controls a little bit, add a, you know, more modern control scheme, but it's gonna play like the original. I mean, Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy did it. It felt a lot like the original to me. My wife's favorite game is Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped. We play that all the time. And we played it in the Insane Trilogy, and it felt the same to us. The Spyro Reignited Trilogy. Same kind of game. So I'm thinking maybe because Medieval's the lesser known game out of the bunch, and maybe I sound biased, I don't know, but I think that's why it's getting so much, oh, it doesn't feel like they modernized it. It feels outdated. No one said anything about Spyro and Crash. And correct me if I'm wrong here, you guys. I'm not trying to be a dick or anything. This is why we're talking about this. These are just my thoughts, and this is what I know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't remember people saying, like, well, Spyro's not as much like, the controls don't feel the same, you know? Same with Crash. I mean, Crash, I felt like the jump felt a little off, but that's really it. It looks way better and still looks like the same game. This looks way better and still plays a lot like the same game. And that's fantastic! I don't get it. Another thing that's bothering me, you guys, since when was a 7 out of 10 bad? This game got a lot of 7 out of 10s. People are saying that it's mediocre. Medieval, get it? Medieval, middle. Now, if you're going on a scale from 1 to 10, wouldn't a 5 be in the middle and considered poor? Not that great? A 7 out of 10 in my book, that's pretty good. But hey, who am I? I'm just some fat guy. I don't know. But there's a lot of 7 out of 10s across the board. Twitter, they were just posting, saying, oh, 7 out of 10. I'll wait for it to go cheaper. $30, that's a pretty good deal for a game that there's a lot going on in here, man. You rise from the dead, you play in the graveyard, you kill zombies, you're killing demons, you're killing monsters, then all of a sudden you're in a farm and there's demon scarecrows coming at you. Then you're in some crazy-ass asylum with a bunch of crazies coming at you. Then you're on a goddamn ghost ship up in the sky fighting pirates. This game has it all, man. It really does. I will admit, the controls, you gotta get used to it. What's the best way to approach these enemies? Am I gonna take out my crossbow? Am I just gonna go in, hack and slash him? This game's a hack and slash. And that's fine. That's how it was back in the day. It's supposed to play like that. I'll just keep going on, but I guess that's my little rant portion of this review. It plays how it's supposed to play, man. You got to learn how to play the game, I guess. Kind of like that whole big thing with Sekiro. It was too hard. Why is there not an easy mode? Maybe because there's a bit of a challenge here and you need to learn how to play the game. But again, I'm just some fat guy. Maybe people were expecting a whole nother re-imaging or a complete reboot of the game. Something like God of War, which, guys, I see the new God of War as God of War 4, you know, that's continuing the franchise. But yes, they updated the controls and revamped everything, and it's also a reboot, but it's still continuing the franchise. Like, everything that happened before with Kratos is still there. This is a remake. That's the difference between the reboot, or whatever you want to call that, and a remake. So, I think people were expecting, like, oh man, maybe they're really going all out and Dan's gonna have a lot of different crazy weapons and new controls and all this stuff going on, but we got exactly what, at least the fans, I know the fans got exactly what we wanted, and we wanted a true remake of the original Medieval. Let's get back to some more pros. I do love the weapon change. Welcome change, you guys. Also, the modern control scheme change is great. I prefer, because I play the game so often, I play the original so often, I'm saying, I went to the old school controls. That's just what I know, you know, and yes, I kind of play claw when I'm fighting and trying to use my shield with triangle and holding the controller. That's just what works for me, man, okay? But it's there. The modern controls are great, and I played with it a little bit, but I just keep finding, you know what? It's my sweet spots with the old school control scheme. But still, that's great. More variety is good. More variety is good. But changing the weapons with a push of the button, you guys, that's a step in the right direction for Medieval. And I can't wait to see where this is all going next. The archive book, Sir Dan's book with all the, you know, the friends and enemies, which is also voiced by the narrator, which is great because I don't like reading. I'm sorry, Jay Wilson, if you're watching this. I don't read. I like pretty pictures, man. Don't hate me. I love you. But what's really cool about the archive book too, you guys, is that other Ocean developers got to work with Chris Sorrell, one of the main developers on Medieval back in the day, and he still is working with the comics, with Jay Wilson. He is one of the fathers of Medieval, and he got to write a bunch of the archives in the archives of Medieval in the book, you guys, so it's really, really cool. Again, the narrator is awesome. I loved listening to these and reading some of them, but listening to them because I don't read a lot. I read comic books. But anyways, I really love this. This was an awesome touch to the game, and it was really, really cool. So I guess I'm saying, you guys, I love this remake. I will play this every year. Around Halloween, this is going to be played. And even when I'm bored, I've been popping this in here and there. Like I said, I've been super busy behind the scenes, you guys. There's a lot of changes coming. More on that in another video soon. But I've been popping this in here and there because I got to get my video game fix. And I'll go through just Return to the Graveyard, or I'll pick a level at random. And just Cemetery Hill, you guys know I love Cemetery Hill. I play through it, kill a bunch of enemies. I've done everything in this game, and I love it. Again, I'm just going to stress, these are my opinions, you guys. You may have different ones, and that's okay. But these are my thoughts on my dislikes on the game. And really, it's a few things, a few small things. The sound effects. Some of the sound effects, to me, were just too iconic. Why would you change that? I remember being a kid in the Enchanted Earth, and I was getting my ass kicked, and I could not find a life fountain for the life of me. I didn't know where one was. I was looking, I was searching, and then in the distance, you hear the sound, and it's like, thank God, there's one around here, it's coming. It was almost like that feeling of impending doom, just like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. That's it, I'm out of life bottles, I got like 30% left on my health, I just killed a bunch of shadow demons, I got the chalice ready to go, I do not want to die and go back to the start and play this level all over again, which, side note, is fun, and it's a challenge, and a lot of people were knocking the remake because if you die and lose all your life bottles, then you gotta replay the whole level over. It's a challenge, man, that's what you had to do back in the day. It's not up to date with checkpoints and all that, but it's a short game. You could really beat this if you wanted to in 6 hours. I'm a crazy man, a crazy fan, and I had to look through everything. It took me a long time, plus replaying lots of levels, because I wanted to get my fill out of this, so that's why it took a long time. But the life fountain is so iconic. Why would you change that? In fact, I'm sorry, you can't even really hear it in the remake. I'm standing by it in this video here. You can't really hear it. It's very faint, and it does some nice little shimmer sound, but it's not the same. And I get it, it's a remake, and, you know, we gotta change some things up. We want the main things to remember, but man, the life fountain, though, the life fountain, it is just too iconic. I hear that anywhere, and I'm like, oh, Medieval! Medieval! Where is it? I know that sound. That's how I feel when I hear the life fountain. Why would you change? It'd be like changing the skeleton's laugh at the beginning when you push start for start or load your game. Why? God, I don't know why. That one, I think that's the one that hurts the most for me. Is that crazy? Am I crazy? Why? And I love Other Ocean. All of you great developers. I know this video is probably long, but I love you so much. Please, thank you, all of you. And the ones that have been talking to me and responding to me, you guys, it's like, oh my god, they notice me? Stop! It really makes me happy conversing with the developers and stuff. And I just, this is the one thing I feel like the ball was really dropped on. For me, at least. And it's just my opinion. And I hope you guys understand that I'm not, like, hating on the game. Just for me, this is the one thing I did not like. Like, I was, why? I was pissed, and that's okay. Feedback is good. Maybe they love it. Maybe a bunch of fans love it. This is just my opinion. Some of the music. I'm just gonna flat out say it. Not that I don't love that Bob and Barn. They had a whole orchestra, and they recorded the music. It sounds good. It's very, very good. I just feel that the original soundtrack was great. Again, am I crazy? Am I the only one who feels like this? I hope I'm not the only one that feels like this. Some examples here. Playing the Enchanted Earth and listening to it with the original track from the first original Medieval, this one, it's so much scarier. That tone, it's terrifying, but it's also beautiful and mysterious and all these things at the same time. It's just more impactful. I feel it here when I listen to it. I listen to that track all the time. I'll be driving home and it's relaxing, and I'm also scared at the same time. Maybe because I like to be scared and I'm a big fan of horror movies and stuff, but it is just, it's fucking phenomenal. That's the best way I can put it. It is fucking incredible. I love the original Enchanted Earth theme. And that's not to say that this one's not bad, but the big thing I notice is there's no flute at all. Like, the part where it goes, it's not there. And then when eventually you go up to the nest area with the big eagle and you gotta crack open the eggs and get the rune and some treasure and the shield and whatnot, you'll hear it. And it kicks in there. But when you're in the regular lower level, it's not there. And I noticed this playing it again, and I was like, okay, it is here. And when I was doing the live stream, I was like, wait, there's the flute. I hear it. But it only happened up in that area, and anywhere else it was gone. And I don't know, it just felt better like the original. It sounds like the original. It's almost there, but it's not as good. It's not as good. Another big letdown for me, you guys. These are the main two that I noticed. My favorite level is Cemetery Hill. I guess the best way I can describe this is by showing the video, but I'm gonna say it real quick here. Cemetery Hill. That first interaction with Xerox, after Dan's been dead for 100 years, after Xerox's been gone for so long, and Dan's finally becoming the hero that he's meant to be. and he sees Xerac, and they exchange words, and it's even the shackles of death, my old enemy pursues me, you're too late for rescue, that whole thing. And when that music starts playing, when this actually starts playing...
You're too late, Fortescue. Already my army has risen from the grave. You will never leave this necropolis.
Doesn't that pump you up? Like, that gets me every time. Again, right here, man. The first time I played that as a kid, I was like, let's go. This is Dan's fucking adventure starting right now. He's gonna right his wrongs. He's gonna be the hero that he was born to be. Or undead to be. And then hearing this one, it's almost like this track, the new track of Cemetery Hill, belongs in a nice, pretty... I don't know. It's very pretty. I love it. I do like it. I'd be lying to you if I was saying that I didn't like the new tracks and what they did. But this one was just... it was misplaced.
You're too late, Fortescue. Already my army has risen from the grave. You will never leave this necropolis.
I don't know. Again, just my opinions, you guys. Please, in the comments down below, what do you think of some of the tracks and the new changes, like the Life Fountain and stuff? I mean, the Cemetery Hill hurt me bad. I heard that, and I didn't know what to think. Like, I was like, oh no. It's... why? That one. And, again, Other Ocean, I love you guys. Please, these are just my opinions. Like, this is my favorite. Mwah! I love it. I would... I love it. I love you. Just, again, the way I see my reviews is, yes, they're fanboy reviews. I want to be honest with you guys. You know, that's how I kind of see a true friend, is if they're honest with you, you know? So, hey man, that's just how I feel. I hope you guys understand. Those are honestly my biggest gripes with Medieval that just almost broke my heart in an essence, you know? But, hey, them adding the original game back in here was great. Now, I hope in the future, maybe we can get, like, a little patch or an update to where, like, hey, if you want to play the new game with the old soundtrack, like Resident Evil 2 Remake did, you can do that, you know? And maybe throw in a few tweaks there, like, hey, you can change the Life Fountain to the old sound effect. Or, if you want, maybe, and I don't know how hard this could be, maybe it's going to be hard, you guys, but at least the soundtrack. If we could add the old soundtrack into the new game, that to me would be amazing. And I think a lot of fans, not just me, would be happy. In my stream, a lot of us were talking about the same thing. Yeah, the original music was better. And that's a lot of us, that's a lot of our opinions, you know? Hopefully they can do that someday. But I love it so much. I want to stress that. I love it so much, and it's okay to gripe about it because we're fans here, and that's what fans do. A letdown. Here's a letdown that a lot of fans were expecting. A lot of us were hoping for some of the lost levels to return. Where the hell is the Silver Woods? Why did we not get to run from the Jabberwocky? The cutscene was beautiful. If you guys had the original code, a lot of us fans were ready to fight that Jabberwocky, to run our bony asses away from the Jabberwocky, and yet you give us no Jabberwocky. Why? Where's the Jabberwocky? I want to run from that Jabberwocky. And Morton the Worm. Morton the Worm is just... I think in the fandom of Medieval, he is growing as a more popular character, and he has such a small part. And that small part is still there. Where is that cut side-scrolling level of us putting Morton in a keyhole and hiding from imps on a table or whatever it was going to be? Where's that Morton the Worm side level, man? I thought Morton was going to have a little bit more of a role. Like, hey, fans, like, Morton can kind of help you now and point out things like your little sprite does. But it would have been kind of cool to have, like, hey, Morton senses something in this area. Or, like, I don't know, I'm just spitballing here and thinking in my head. But because Morton's dead, or because Morton's a worm and been living in decomposing Dan's head for such a long time, wouldn't it be kind of cool if, like, hey, Morton smells an undead trail, or takes you off to, like, a secret area where there's, like, loot or something? I don't know. I wish they would have done something with Morton. And they added him in the archives, and he's got a nice little description there. But we wanted something. A playable Morton side-scrolling part would have been so amazing. I'm not hating on you guys for it. I get it. You guys probably had a lot to do with the game. You really did rebuild this from the ground up. Hopefully you guys can do some DLC. I know maybe that's crazy to ask, but I would love a Jabberwocky Silverwood scene. At least that. But, I mean, hey, while I'm asking, a Morton side-scrolling level 2, even if it's only like 2 minutes long, that would be awesome. Or if there was, like, hidden tunnels, kind of like Dan Hand from Medieval, where Dan takes off his head and puts it on the hand. What if he took Morton out of his eye and we got to play as Morton for a certain part? I would shit my fucking pants! I would freak the fuck out! I mean, just... that is... Ooh. A surprise like that just would have blown me away. I think... I got no words to say. If that were to happen... Woo! Panties are gonna drop. You make that Morton segment, man. Panties are going to drop. So all in all, I love both games equally. I don't think this one's any better. I don't think this one's any better. They both did great things. For this one for its time, and this one for bringing Sir Dan back. I think they've done their job. And Sir Dan, we need to make sure he's here to stay, you guys, because us Mega Medieval fans, we know what this means to us. I'm trying not to cry and be a little fucking bitch here, but I love Medieval. It is my favorite game of all time, and I can't believe a year ago, fucking Halloween last year, we got the first actual trailer and footage, and I'm so grateful that Other Ocean went the route that they did with making it so much like the original. You really made this for the fans, and today's day and age, it's almost like the fans are the bad guy, and we just want to, we're just passionate. We love you guys for what you do, and we're going to call you out on this shit too, and that's okay. We all love video games, we all love these characters, we all love all this. This is why we're here. We love video games, and movies, and toys. We're the fans, man, and you guys please the fans, we're going to please you. And I know that sounded very wrong. You know what I mean? Just thank you all. Thank you, Other Ocean. Thank you, Chris Sorrell. Thank you, Jay Wilson. Thank you, Sony. Resurrect Fortescue. Thank you guys. Everyone at Resurrect Fortescue. Serif. All of the Medieval friends that I've made just by geeking out over this game. If Sir Dan is back, it's up to us now, us fans, to support Dan. Get the comic book. It's coming out soon. Some of us have the digital one who got the digital deluxe edition. There's a lot going on in my life. I just haven't had the funds to get the digital deluxe edition yet. I will. I promise you I will. I'm going to buy another one of these just to keep sealed. Because I love this and I want it to succeed. I want to give Other Ocean my money. And you will get it. There's that statue that's coming out that looks beautiful. There's so much going on with Medieval right now. And Resurrect Fortescue on Twitter, you guys, they are already campaigning for Other Ocean to do Medieval 2. This guy right here. It's a good game. It's a great game. I love this game. In my opinion, story-wise, it's not as good as the first game. This one or this one now. But it's still a great game. It's a fun adventure for Serdan. It really is. It's pure entertainment. This one hit me more in the feels. The original does. This one's just a fun ride. You know, you go on that roller coaster, you have fun from start to finish. The mechanics that they added, Dan Hand, some of the weapons, Headless Dan, I can't talk right now. But it's... I just love Sir Daniel Fortescue so much. And Tataku, the fuck? We're waiting, man. We're Sir Dan. I'm ready. Let it happen. That day that happens, I'm telling you. This is gonna be crazy. It's all gonna be crazy, man. But, I guess that's my review. I can't really give it a score. It's my favorite game. It's, of course, in my eyes, it's a 10. Are there things I dislike about it? Of course there are. Mainly the sounds and the music. I found the original, it was better. Would I have added the lost levels? Fuck yeah, I would have. I wish it was in there, you know? But it's great. It's a fun ride. If you want a game that will take you back to feeling 10 years old again, this is it for you, man. Right here. It's here. And it's only 30 bucks. And it's awesome. It's challenging. It's hard. And that's okay. This day and age, we're so used to checkpoints and continues and all this stuff. If you die, you will have to play the whole level over. Trial and error, people. It's okay. You can do it. Okay, the controls are outdated. The controls play like they did back in the day. I think you will find enjoyment for $30 in this game. You just gotta learn how to play it, man. And it's not that big of a learning curve. I guess that's really all I have to say, you guys. All my Medieval fans, I love you all. Thank you, guys. It's been fun talking about Medieval again. Again, Sir Dan's back. Other Ocean, thank you again. Chris Sorrell, thank you for your involvement with the game. Jay Wilson, thank you for your involvement with the game. Thank you both for making the comic book. I can't wait to get a physical copy in my hands, because I'm a physical media kind of guy. That's how I've been. At Save Medieval. Thank you guys for noticing me as a fan. Thank you guys for all that you do. Seriously, just helping bring Sir Daniel Fortescue back from the dead. Let's just make sure he stays this time. That's it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. And I will see you all in the next one. The Scottobots roll out.